Second, for the tomato gravy, let me tell you what are all the ingredients we needed. So as the name claims, the base of this gravy is tomato. So I have took half kg of tomato roughly chopped and 100 grams of onion. This is also roughly chopped big onion. You can take either red onion or yellow onion. Then I have took 25 grams of garlic peeled, 25 grams of ginger peeled and roughly chopped. Then these are all the spices which we are going to use. 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 2 teaspoon of chilli powder. It is Kashmiri chilli powder which gives a nice color for this gravy, and 2 teaspoons of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder and 1 teaspoon of garam masala. And finally, this is a very important ingredient for this tomato gravy to give a nice flavor. It's called Kasoori Methi, which is 1 teaspoon. Then I have took 25 grams of butter, which is to finish the gravy finally to give smoothness. 50 ml of oil and 1 tablespoon of sugar for sweetness. Required amount of salt we need. Then this is the whole spices I'm going to use it. 1 bay leaf, 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds, half inch of cinnamon, 3 numbers of cloves, 4 parts of cardamom and 1 star anise. Now let's get started with the tomato gravy. Switch on the flame. As usual, take the thick bottomed pan or any Dutch oven is fine, and let me keep the flame medium to sim, and I'm adding 50 ml of oil in this. Let's wait till the oil gets heated. Oil got heated. As usual, let me start with the tempering. I'm adding all the whole spices: bay leaf, star anise, cardamom, cloves, cinnamon and cumin seeds. It's time to add the onion, 100 grams. Then now I'm adding rough cut ginger and garlic. This also, once we cook everything together, we are going to blend it to a fine puree. So rough cut is always fine. Now for this tomato gravy, before adding the tomatoes, I am going to add all the spices in this oil, so that which gives a nice color for this gravy. So first I am adding turmeric powder, Kashmiri chilli powder, coriander powder, cumin powder, garam masala, Kasoori Methi. Just stir it. We have to saute this for like 30 seconds. Then we got this nice reddish brown because all our powdered spices got cooked in the oil. Now at this stage I am adding the roughly cut tomatoes in this, and along with this I am going to add required amount of salt and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Now let's add water which covers the tomato. And now we are going to cook this for another 20 minutes by covering it. Let's cover it, and we have to cook this in the medium flame for almost 20 minutes. Then I will show you how it has turned out. After 20 minutes, let's see how our gravy is. I'm getting the nice flavor of this Kasoori Methi and the spices which we added. Now we need till the tomatoes to get cooked, till it get mashes completely. And at this stage, for this gravy, we need a bright red color. That's why we call it in other name as red gravy. So for this, the color which we get by the tomato is not enough. We need a bright red color. So I'm adding little artificial red along with this. Just half teaspoon of food red color. Give it a good mix. Now we got that bright red. Now again I'm going to cover this and cook it for another 15 minutes. Let's see how it is. Now already 15 minutes. So our tomato gravy is almost ready. I'm switching off the flame now. Now similar onion gravy, we need to wait for another 15 minutes to bring down to the room temperature. Then after this, we need to blend it to a fine puree. See, nicely tomato has got cooked and we got this bright red color. This is how the tomato gravy has to be. And as I said, now we are going to wait till it gets cold. And one more thing, if we are making in hotels and restaurants, then we will be making this in a bulk quantity. So at that time, we cannot able to blend it in the mixie. We can either blend it in industrial jar or in a stick blender. Now, it's already cold. It came down to the room temperature. Now, I am adding this in the mixie jar. Let's blend it to a fine puree without any chunks of tomato or any spices. It has to be a smooth gravy. Now let me cover it and I'm going to blend it to a fine puree. Now I have blended already. Now let me show you how our tomato gravy is. It has came out nicely. Now I am transferring this in a container. Now as we blended this, it got little heat in it. So we need to wait for another 10 to 15 minutes to get completely cold. Then we are going to refrigerate this in a right temperature, and whenever we need, we can take it out and use it. So this will stay in the fridge for at least 6 to 7 days without spoiling. So that is the beauty of this gravy. So the more we cook, it stays longer. As I said earlier, for any basic gravy, the cooking time has to be little longer. Our tomato gravy is ready. Last and final, I have added little butter, like around 20 to 25 grams of butter, to give a smoothness to the gravy, and it gives little richness. So I'm going to, once it is cold, I'm going to store this also inside the fridge. And next I'm going to show you Shai gravy.